A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. We'll be getting underway here in our pregame Zoom. Just a couple of minutes.
Costs about $4 and is available only in China right now, but people are pushing for it to be released in the U.S.
It's time for high school sports on your home of the Dogs, KOOQ FM 98.1 and AM 1410. Today's game brought to you in part by Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC. Dave's Place on East 4th and North Platte, CT Troubleshooters, The Shelter Insurance Boys, Premier Toyota, and Another Round Sports Bar and Grill at River's Edge Golf Course. Today's game also brought to you in part by Great Plains Health Sports and Therapy and Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment, Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Lincoln, Nissan, the D&N Event Center, Larry's RV, Mid-Plains Community College, and Larry's Glass. And watch today's game live via your smart device or smart TV, brought to you by Allo Fiber. Here's the voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon.
Well, back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex on Memorial 9/11 Monday. It is very cool outside. I can't believe I'm saying that. And I know you're all going to be like, well, Paxton, you say that like every week. You'll say it's cool on a Monday, and then Tuesday comes around, and it's blazing hot. You'd think I'm lying to you, and I'm not the weatherman. Well, you're true on the not weatherman part, but when it comes to actual good weather, I'm telling you, we are in a little bit of luck with some good weather here today. Grand Island Northwest traveling to North Platte to take on the Bulldogs here today. Grand Island Northwest currently sitting at the moment 4-5 on the year, 1-1 in District B8 at the moment on a current one-game winning streak after beating Grand Island Central Catholic 10-2. Of course, North Platte High School has beaten Grand Island Central Catholic in a doubleheader already this season and are coming off yet again another doubleheader victory after beating Lincoln Southeast on senior night 8-0 in game number 1 and then 6-1 in game number 2. Quick stop pregame here, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick stop, always open right around the corner. Bulldogs, after a very, very tumultuous start to the season, dropping their first 5 games, going 0-5, picking up that victory on, August 21st in Kearney to go 1-5, have now gone, I believe, ever since that time, trying to do the math here, I'm not a good mathematician, didn't win math a couple of times, 7-3 in their last couple of games, currently just get back to 500 at 8-8 on the year. They're 3-2 in District A, but overall have had a very strong middle second half of this softball season as we're just drawing ever so closer to the start, I know, of district tournament time and the conclusion of this softball season. I actually can't believe it myself. That's what is so shocking about all of this. Unbelievable here again. Big old Memorial 9/11, it was so crazy to think, what happened on that. Just we'll take a moment before the start of that game to remember all those who had fallen, the firefighters and the people that lost their lives beforehand. But looking for a Bulldog victory today, of course, on Thursday. North Platte Community College, the Knights will return back for some volleyball action. That'll be, of course, Thursday right here on FM 98.1. And then on Friday, North Platte High School football travels to Columbus. Supposedly going to be raining all day. That might be a great equalizer against that Columbus team for this North Platte squad, looking for their first victory on the season. But we ourselves will step aside and take a real quick break. We come back, we'll give you our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings to Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers. Quick Stop. PuroClean of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KOOQ AM, North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
This is the Bulldog pregame show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to the Quick Stop pre-game show. It is time for our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup here. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Hey, plus they also have available the ice cream trailer for outdoor events. Starting on the side of Grand Island Northwest, Carmen Mings out in center field. We had to lead off for Northwest and the Vikings. Kyra Ray at left field batting in the 2-hole hitter. Reese Zobel will be catching today for the side of the Vikings in the 3-hole. Kylie Casperson at first base for the Vikings in the 4-hole hitter. Jolie O'Hara at shortstop hitting the 5 with Ava Smith at second base in the 6-hole hitter. Libby Lohman will be pitching today in the 7-hole hitter. Of course, Becca Dinkelman, the designated player, will be batting 8th with Lily Martinez in right field batting 9th. And then Lakin Dorsey on over at third base. For North Platte High School today, Brooklyn Diver will get the start at second base as always. Hey, how about Ella Harmon and right field moving up the batting order to the bat number 2. Macy Freeds at shortstop will be batting in the 3-hole with Skylar Bedlin pitching on the mound once again today for the Bulldogs. Shanna McIntyre at third base batting in the 5-hole. Heaven Hutchinson behind home plate once again with Chloe Bearkiller at first. Elise Moreno in left field in the 8-hole hitter. And then Jay Lee Comer, the center fielder, in the 9-hole hitter. It is time now for the national anthem. And with that, we'll step aside and we come back. It will be time to play some softball here on FM 98.1 AM 1410. A video live streaming sponsored by Al Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Come on in, we'll roll up our sleeves. There's a lot of work to do.
Kevin and Greg at Select Abbey Carpet and Tile have over 30 years combined experience in the flooring business, and they offer top-notch customer service. Select Abbey Carpet and Tile handles bids, estimates, and installing.
If you want the job done right, we're ready for you.
You'll love the ending when you start at Select Abbey Carpet and Tile, 501 East Francis, North Platte.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent, Stephen Rhodes, put his experience to work for you. Stephen proudly serves the Lincoln County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance agent Stephen Rhodes at 308-534-9050 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Farmers Insurance Agency. Stephen Rhodes, 308-534-9050. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
Hey, at Premier Toyota, you'll find a friendly and easy-to-work with staff that'll help you find the perfect car. And whether you're looking for something new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota's got a wide selection of vehicles to choose from.
Plus, Premier Toyota has Toyota-trained technicians, so you know you're always getting the very best in service and repairs. Schedule your service and factory-scheduled maintenance today and keep your car running strong.
Stop by today and see why Premier Toyota is the #1 choice for car buyers. Let's go places.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. Bulldogs taking on Grand Island Northwest. Of course, our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Now, before we get underway, we're going to have a quick little moment of silence to remember all of those that had passed in the tragic terrorist attacks in the New York State city for 9/11 here. Thank you all for joining us in that moment of silence. It's time to get underway for some varsity softball action on the mound. Of course, for North Platte High School, today is going to be Skylar Bedlin once again will be getting the start for the Bulldogs in today's game. She'll be facing off against Cameron Mings to start, of course, on this season for the now 8-8 North Platte High School Bulldogs. Skylar Bedlin, who's been having a very strong resurgence, now 2-2 on this year with an ERA that's now sitting at 5.357 and a whip of 1.959. She's finally gotten her whip underneath two for the first time this season, and ever since, getting that rough start to this season, she's been on herself quite a tear, helping the Bulldogs pick up some big victories. Now 2-1 against one Cameron Mings as she flies that one to the netting along the third base side for strike number 2. It's currently a 2-2 count for the side. Grand Island Northwest on their opening top half of the inning. That one's going to be a little too low there. With that, ball 4 moving on over to first will be Mings. And with that, a runner on first base for Grand Island. As we get underway, now up to bat here, Cairo Ray. For Grand Island, this time's going to be called at the moment. And we're going to take it all the way back once more on a missed count from the home plate umpire. Now we sit at 3-2 to 1 Cameron Mings. I'm not going to say it would be funny, but it would be quite funny if she strikes out here and the out goes the other way as that one's fouled off down the third base side for Mings. Following Mings, again, Kyra Ray for Grand Island Northwest and Reese Zobel for the Vikings to start this game off against North Platte High School. Again, the Bulldogs coming in on a 2-game winning streak compared to Grand Island Northwest, who is on a 1-game winning streak. So off to a little start. That one just a smidge outside, and this time officially Cameron Mings will walk her way on over to first. And with that, now comes Kyra Ray to bat for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Here in this game one, again, of just a single game between these two. Was originally planned as a doubleheader, but has been reduced just to one game as Mings was looking to lay the bunt down. As Evan Hutchinson's going to throw ball on over to first to Chloe Bearkiller, thinking they could maybe sneak one into Mings, but she gets back just in time. Ball number 1 to Ray. Following Kyra Ray, it's going to be Reese Zobel and then Kylie Casperson for the Vikings. That pitch a little too high from Skylar Bedlin. 2-0 to start. And that is kind of how Skylar Bedlin gets off in most of these games to start. Sometimes a lot of pitches start outside the zone, but as the game starts to progress and she starts to get into a rhythm, she really starts to get on top of that control, and it's tough for batters to find any advantage. Once more, that time actually it sneaks in. Late call from the umpire. It'll make its way in. Strike number 1. To Kyra Ray, and here comes that 2-1 pitch with a runner at first base. She looks to lay the bunt down, but it's going to be fouled down the third base side. So 2-2 is now the count to Kyra Ray. Big opportunity for Skylar Bedlin to get the first out of this inning and then continue to keep the potential double play alive with, again, Carmen Mings on over at first base for the Vikings. So here we go. Now stepping in to the circle. Bedlin delivers the 2-2. Oh, that one too low. Might sneak away a little bit from Evan Hutchinson, but not far enough to move Mings on over to second. So we're back to another full count, 3-2 for North Platte. As Bedlin looking to get One Kyra Ray out to get the first out. 3-2. Beautifully done, and it's fouled off, though. Perfect placement of that pitch, but Ming's able to just barely get on top of it and foul it off for for a foul ball, so we'll still sit 3-2 here in this top of the first inning. Nobody out. One runner on, being Carmen Mings at first. The 3-2 again. Slowly chipped down the third base side. Picked up. The throw to first. It's going to be in time. Good throw from McIntyre to Chloe Bearkiller for out number one, though that does mean Carmen Mings is going to make her way on over to second base following the ground out, but they do get the runner out at first, so one down here in this top of the first inning to bring up Reese Zobel for the Vikings. They have a runner at second and in scoring position with Mings as Bedlin delivers. That one beautifully put in there for strike number one from Skylar Bedlin. Again, if you remember the first start of this season, even though Bedlin was able to get the ball into the strike zone, she really had trouble in terms of placing it where she needed it to go. A lot of pitches were hanging up in the zone, leading to easy hits. But ever since that part, and I say that as that skirts right past Heaven Hutchinson on a passed up ball. And with that, Mings is going to make her way on over to third base. Ball number one. But ever since that Kearney game, where she got off to a rough start and had to get replaced about midway through that game, Skylar Bedlin's been on an absolute tear in terms of her placement. That one high and tight inside. Ball number two. She's really done a much better job of getting the ball to the places she needs it to be and not allowing it to stay in the zone for an easy hit, and got a good increase in her strikeouts as well as that one is skied onto the gap in right center field. That one's going to get to the fence line. One run will score. That's going to be a one-out double on the side of Reese Zobel. So one run comes across for Grand Island Northwest, and they now lead this at the moment 1-0. First hit of this ball game for the side of the Vikings, as they'll have a courtesy runner coming on. It's 1-0 here in this top of the first inning. Runner at second base. Now bringing it up to plate, Kylie Casperson for Grand Island Northwest. I believe the courtesy runner is Mia Kenny on over at second base for the side of the Vikings, as Bedlin now will be facing off against Casperson for the first time here today. That pitch right in there. Strike number one. 0-1 the count now to Casperson, with one runner on, being Kenny on over at second base. Bedlin now with the 0-1 delivers. That one check swung and fouled on over to the third base dugout. For strike number two, it's currently 0-2 the count. Infield was playing for a bunt. McIntyre was positioning for that, but so far with an 0-2 count, swinging might be Casperson. Ooh, that high one in the zone, from Bedlin. It's 1-2, hoping Casperson would swing on a bad pitch. 1-2 the count now, as Bedlin will look to find her first strikeout here today. The 1-2. Once more low and outside. Pitching around, Casperson hoping she would take a bad swing after taking one earlier, but so far she hasn't bid on one, so now it's a 2-2 count from Skylar Bedlin to Casperson. That one skied into center field. Back at it goes Comer, and it's going to hit off the fence line, so that's at least going to be a double on the side of Grand Island Northwest and Kylie Casperson, but Kenny's not going to get much further from second, as she was thinking that the North Platte center fielder, Jaylee Comer, was going to glove it. So she waited and waited and waited, but Comer wasn't able to get there in time. So there's runners at second and third in scoring position for Northwest. Julie O'Hare now up to bat for the Islanders. Whoopsie days. For the Vikings, Kylie Casperson on over at second. Then Mia Kenny on over at third. Ball number one, though, into O'Hara from Skylar Bedlin. That next pitch just going to be a bit outside. There's ball number 2 from Skylar Bedlin. There's Jolie O'Hara now in the pad. That one will sneak in on the off-speed. Good bounce back from Skylar Bedlin. It's 2-1 the count now. Again, 2 runners in scoring position for Grand Island Northwest. Casperson at second and Kenny on over at third as Bedlin delivers. Skied once more, drifting towards the first base side, but it's going to fall out of play. Foul. Fair. Good heavens, the weekend might have treated me a little too good. I'm off kilter here. It's 2-2 though, the count to O'Hara. With 1 out here, top of the first inning. So far, it's been a hitting palooza for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Already got 1 run so far. 2-2. Once more swung on high up in the zone. Foul. So we'll still stay at 2-2 the count. Kenny at third. Casperson on over at second. North Platte trailing 1-0, but still here in this top half of the first inning. As Bedlin looking to settle into a little bit of a rhythm and get her second out of this inning. Steps back into the circle and now delivers the 2-2 pitch. High up, skied out and towards right field. Getting underneath it, Ella Harmon, she gloves it. Here comes the throw home from Harmon. Beautifully thrown, but just a bit off the mark. So that's a sacrifice fly out from Jolie O'Hara, and with that, another run will come home for Grand Island Northwest. They now lead this one 2-0, but Bulldogs able to get that second out. Almost got the third out again. Ella Harmon with the cannon out in right field. Got it to home, but just a little bit off of the dead center home plate, so Hutchinson had to move off and glove it. And because of that, Kenny at third was able to come home and score. And with that, it's 2-0 as that first pitch from Skylar Bedlin into Ava Smith is there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now. Runner at third is Kylie Casperson for Northwest. And the Vikings is Bedlin looking to get out of this inning, only giving up the 2 runs. Another one in the zone. There's strike number 2. Beautifully done from Skylar Bedlin. 0-2 the count now. She's looking for her first strikeout and to end this inning on a high note. Here comes Bedlin's 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Drop third strike, though. Hutchinson, she gets to first. She will in time, and that is how this inning will come to an end. Not before 2 runs did come across on 3 hits for the side of Grand Island Northwest. We'll make our way now to the bottom of the first inning. North Platte currently trailing in this one 2-0. When we come back, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Hey, looking to start a new career? Larry's Glass in North Platte may just have the position for you as they have an opening for a glazer. What does this glass glazer do? Installs glass in commercial and residential areas, and you'll be installing windows, doors, showers, mirrors, and so much more dealing with glass. If you've been or had carpenter experience in the past, this position may be just the fit for you. And even if you haven't and you have a certain skill set, Larry's Glass will train. Stop into Larry's Glass on West 5th Street today to apply.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. Bulldogs currently at the moment trailing Grand Island Northwest. And the Vikings 2-0. 2 runs on 3 hits. No North Platte errors. We're now making our way to the bottom of the first inning. Up to bat first for the Bulldogs, Brooklyn Dybert against Libby Lohman for the Vikings. Of course, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as our sponsors, Another Round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. As well as Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. Meet your friends or bring the family and enjoy the pizza of the month, daily specials, wings, and more at Dave's Place, located on 1510 East 4th Street. So Brooklyn Dibert up to bat for North Platte, batting .281 this season, has slowly but steadily gotten her on-base and batting percentage up since the beginning of the year. She was batting closer to 200 towards this start, now making her way closer to 300 as that first pitch from Libby Lohman is in there for strike number 1. Dibert on the season as 1 double, as well as a home run and 4 RBIs to her name for the North Platte High School Bulldogs. She'll be leading off once again. The 0-1. That one's down low and inside. There's ball number 1. 1-1 the count now to Brooklyn Dibert. Ella Harmon is on deck for North Platte with Macy Freeze in the hole for the Bulldogs. As Lohman sets and fires away her 1-1. That one's tight inside and once more a bit off the mark. It's 2-1 the count now to Brooklyn Dibert. Second baseman looking to start off once again strong and lead off with a hit for the Bulldogs. 2-1, swung on it, driven into left field. There is another well-hit ball from Brooklyn Dibert, and it's going to make its way on over to left for a single. Dibert having a strong, really second half of this season for the Bulldogs from the plate. We know she can get it done defensively at second base, but has really turned it on from the plate side of things. Gets on with the single and is now on over at first. She is a steal threat as well for North Platte High School. Starting to see her stolen bases. Has 2 on the year as the pitch into Ella Harmon is outside for ball number 1. Of course, when you see Ella Harmon out there, most certainly you're going to see her lay the bunt down. She's done a fantastic job this season when she's been given the opportunity to lay the bunts down. And with that blazing speed she has been able to get on a base pad and sneaks past Libby Lohman, and she's going to make her way on over to first with Dibert making her way on over to third. And we're going to have time for a second as Dibert slid into Kyra Ray as she was trying to make her way on over to third base. A collision at third base. But what a play by Ella Harmon, laying down a fantastic bunt to get on with a single. And then both runners making their way on over to the next base pad on some passed up balls. As Dibert again was trying to slide on into third base, collided with Kyra Ray. Nobody was on the third base bag, and Dibert tried to slide in, and it looks like they're examining her wrist right now as she was sliding into it. Maybe jammed it or twisted it. And she's going to get up and make her way out, not really putting any pressure on it. So it's good to see her get up and make her way out in a good amount of pain, but still a fantastically laid down bunt from Ella Harmon. There's 2 runners on the base pads for North Platte, and the runner that's going to be courtesy running for Brooklyn Dibert looks to be Tiffany Townsend for North Platte. It's good to see, though, that Dibert got back up and is walking around. Now it's going to be, we'll hope it's just a sprained wrist and she'll be A-okay. But now, with nobody out here in this bottom of the first inning, Bulldogs will look to tie this ball game up with the speedy Ella Harmon at second. And, of course, Tiffany Townsend just a few feet away now at third for the Bulldogs. Again, following a fantastically laid down bunt from Harmon that got it past Libby Lohman, the pitcher, and allowed North Platte to move its base runners up, not just 1, but 2 bases. As the first pitch into Macy Freeze is way outside, but not far enough away from the catcher, Reese Zobel, to allow Townsend to run as it took a nasty bounce off of the backstop. Right back to Zobel, but 0-1 is the count. Macy Freeze right now for North Platte leads all batters with her batting average at .357, an OPS of .924, and an on-base percentage of .400. Currently has 2 doubles, a triple. Tried to lay the bunt down, but squirts foul for strike number 1. Freeze also has 1 home run and 6 RBIs to her name, looking to increase that tally right here with 2 runners in scoring position for North Platte. Harmon at second, and now Tiffany Townsend at third following the injury to Brooklyn Dybert. That pitch is down low. Ball number 2 to Macy Freeze. Freeze once again playing shortstop. Her most well-known position, been the stalwart down at shortstop alongside McIntyre at third and Brooklyn Dybert at second. As here comes the 2-1 from Libby Lohman. Turned on, it's going to be skied into shallow center field. Oncoming and gloving it. Oh, she dropped it! Oh my good heavens! That was center fielder Carmen Mims. Had an easy out in center field, was trying to transition the ball from glove to throwing hand, and in doing so commits an error. And with that, Macy Freeze will get on the base pads, and we're going to have a 1-run come across for North Platte High School. So now, Macy Freeze makes her way to first, and Ella Harmon makes her way now to second. Following the error from Carmen Mings in center field. Now they're talking it over to see if that was a completed catch. Nope, they're going to say she still dropped it, so that's an error on the side of Mings and the Vikings. And because of that, North Platte's going to have 2 runners on, one at the corner for now Skylar Bedlin to come up to bat. She's batting .275 and has also driven 12 runners home, which is the second highest on the team, but she's not going to get a chance as that's going to hit her. And with that, the bases are now loaded for one of the scarier hitters for the side of North Platte, Sienna McIntyre, hitting .316 this season. 1 triple, no home runs, but also only surprisingly has 1 RBI for North Platte High School. As we're going to have another courtesy runner, this time coming for Skylar Bedlin. This time it's going to be Faith Bennett, another speedster on the mound, on the plate bag, for the Bulldogs. But it's crazy to think how well Sienna McIntyre is hitting with a .316 batting percentage, but only 1 RBI. An opportunity to vastly improve on that mark. That throw way outside from Libby Lohman for ball number 1. Nobody out here in this bottom of the first inning. Bases loaded for North Platte High School. Ella Harmon at third, Macy Freeze at second, and Faith Bennett at first, courtesy running for Skylar Bedlin. The 1-0 from Lohman. That one skied straight up into center field from Sienna McIntyre. Calling actually going to be Ray, as a tag up from Harmon, not going to go the distance as she thought about going, but didn't go with it. McIntyre, unfortunately, pop flies that one up to, I believe, Kyra Ray. It was Kyra Ray out in left field. So there's 1 down here in this inning. I know there's still only 1 down in this ball game, with Heaven Hutchinson sporting a new hairstyle here today. Well, hair color specifically. As again, bases loaded for North Platte High School. 1 down here in this bottom of the first inning. It doesn't get any better for the side of Libby Lohman and Grand Island Northwest, as Hutchinson batting the second highest on the team with a .326 batting average, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and a team-high 14 RBIs. As that first pitch from Lohman is outside, ball number 1. It is just getting worse and worse for Grand Island in terms of who they're batting up in this order, as that one's fouled off for strike number 1. And one of these things, though, when it comes to the bases loaded, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself and try to force something. Try to find, again, you still want to try to find the best pitch for you. As Lohman gets the sign and now will deliver her 1-1 into Heaven Hutchinson. Oh, that one's tight inside. Gets away from the catcher, Zobel. And with that, Ella Harmon's going to easily score on over from third base on the passed up ball. And with that, everybody's going to advance 1 base position. It's now 2-1 the count, as we're going to have a talk to pitcher Libby Lohman from head coach Mitch Sad, as they're going to go into a pitching change immediately here, as Lohman was struggling to get a control of this ball game, as it's now tied, 2-2 here, is the new pitcher coming in here in this bottom of the first inning for the side of Grand Island Northwest. I mean, they're already going to their bullpen here. Trying to find a number. This was darn great. Great numbers on a gold jersey, I'm telling you, are not the move. I believe that pitcher is going to be number 17, which is going to be Kylie Casperson. I don't know where she went. Oh, there she is. Kylie Casperson will be pitching for Grand Island Northwest. So we'll have a new person at first, and then it looks like it might be Lakin Dorsey taking over first, and then they're going to move Lohman on over to third base for the side of Grand Island Northwest. So already through this ball game, we already going to have a pitching change for the side of Grand Island Northwest, with Kylie Casperson now on the mound for the Vikings. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for Grand Island Northwest. They had an early 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning, before here in this bottom of the first, the Bulldogs completely turned them up on its head and now are tied here 2-2. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Bulldogs. Heaven Hutchinson still up to bat for North Platte, currently at a 2-1 count. As here we go once again, runner at second base is Faith Bennett, with Macy Freeze at third for the Bulldogs. Again, Hutchinson looking to bring more runs home, already leads the team in RBIs with 14. See if she can continue to add that up. Now facing off against Casperson. First pitch in from Casperson. Slowly on over to second. The throw to first will be in time, but that will increase Heaven Hutchinson's RBI count as she sacrificed groundouts her way to a run to come home. As there's now 2 down in this inning, but not before the Bulldogs were able to advance Macy Freeze from third, and just like that, it's now 3-2 in favor of North Platte High School, with Chloe Bearkiller up to bat. Last time we saw Chloe Bearkiller up to bat for North Platte, she's 3 for 3, but her batting average is .667 as she had reached on a fielder's choice in her last appearance. 2 hits, 2 singles for the side of North Platte High School, as that one is fouled off. Jimmy, she's 2 for 3 as she fouls that, and with that it's now 0-2 the count to the first baseman, Bearkiller. Still a runner on the base pads for North Platte High School, going to be Faith Bennett at third, so Bearkiller can have a perfect opportunity to record her first RBI of this year and give the Bulldogs a 2-run lead here in this bottom of the first inning. As Casperson now gets back to the circle, finally gets the right armband on for the pitching signs, and is ready to go with Zobel behind home plate. 0-2 to Bearkiller as Casperson sets and fires. That pitch off speed, way outside. Way! They're going to say that's in there. Strike number 3 as down goes Chloe Bearkiller, and with that, this inning will come to an end. Not before the Bulldogs got 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 Grand Island error. We're going to make our way to the top of the second. Bulldogs here in this one, leading by 1, 3-2. We come back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
With a whole lot of things being so expensive these days, you'll be surprised to know you can buy an RV for under $20,000. The Sunray Travel Trailers at Larry's RV in North Platte. Sunrays give you the opportunity to enjoy the outdoors while still enjoying some home comforts like AC, water, heater, refrigerator, and stovetops. Just some of the features you'll find in a Sunray. Plus, Sunrays are lightweight and most can even be pulled with a car. Stop in today and see the Sunray 129 and 149 models and the Sunray Light 16 HP at Larry's RV in North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the top of the second inning here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as thank you to our sponsors today, Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Juanita, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. Libby Lohman up to bat. She, again, was pitching to start this game, but already had gotten her bell rung by North Platte High School's hitting squad and already had a pitching change. She now moves on over to third base, and currently a 2-0 count into Libby Lohman from Skylar Bedlin. She looks to fire in that 2-0, and now it's going to be fouled off for a 2-1 count. Following Lohman, it's going to be Becca Dinkelman and then Lily Martinez for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the second inning, Bulldogs with a 3-2 lead. After getting those 3 runs on 2 hits, the 2-1 slowly grounded on over to McIntyre. Bounces out of her glove. The throw to first. Will it be in time? No, it's going to fly on over the head of Chloe Bearkiller. McIntyre tried to zing it on over to first as fast as she can, but fortunately can't do so as reaching on over to first, Libby Lohman, and now up comes Becca Dinkelman for the side of the Vikings, with a runner at first base already being Libby Lohman in this top of the second. Here comes the first pitch in from Bedlin, swung on and fouled down the third base side from Dinkelman for strike number 1. 3-2 is the lead for North Platte here in this top of the second inning on a very, very calm and cool day on a Monday. I can't believe it. So excited to see the cooler temperatures come in, even if it is just for a week, as Bulldogs playing up for a bunt situation from Dinkelman. That pitch high and away from Bedlin for ball number 1. It's 1-1 the count now to the designated player. Again, following Dinkelman, Lily Martinez, then Lincoln not Lincoln Dorsey. Go back to the top of the order as Lincoln Dorsey is designated player. As that one is skied and drifting towards Chloe Bearkiller on the first base side, but it's going to be fouled into the next field. It'll be, of course, Cameron Mings will be the batter following Lily Martinez. Currently a 1-2 count to Dinkelman as here comes Skylar Bedlin firing away. Oh, swung on and missed. A beautiful off-speed from Bedlin as down goes Dinkelman swinging for out number 1. It's now 1 down here in this top of the second inning to bring up once again Lily Martinez for the Vikings. Libby Lohman on over at first for Grand Island Northwest here in this top of the second inning. 3-2 to lead for North Platte High School. Very interesting batting stance from one Lily Martinez. I've never seen something like that as it's fouled straight up but bounces off of the netting for strike number 1. You know, you normally see the body position kind of, if they're batting on the left-hand side, directed towards the first base side, but the way that Lily Martinez has positioned herself, the front of her body is facing directly at the pitcher. Interesting. Seems much more turned in than normal as that pitch is high up in the zone, but just a bit outside for ball number 1. 1-1 the count now to Lily Martinez. Lohman again on over at first base. Bulldogs leading 3-2. Bedlin gets the sign from Hutchinson and delivers. Well, that's going to bounce away from Heaven Hutchinson. She's still looking for it, but Won't matter anyways. Libby Lohman's going to make her way safely on over to second following the passed up ball. It's now 2-1 the count, with Lohman now on over at second base. 2-1 to Lily Martinez from Skylar Bedlin, looking again for her second out here of this inning. We'll get the sign from Heaven Hutchinson. Stare it down and get ready for that 2-1. That one fouled off the bat of Martinez. It's now 2-2 the count. Bedlin so far today has gone to the off-speed on these 2-2 counts to see if she can get the batter swinging. Normally sets him up with a fastball and then will go to the off-speed to throw him off balance. As Bedlin will get the sign from Hutchinson. Here comes the 2-2. That one slowly grounded back to Bedlin. The throw to first will be in plenty of time, but Lohman's going to make her way slowly on over to third, and with that, 2 runners are down for Grand Island Northwest here in this top of the second inning, as that now brings up Cameron Mings to bat. Mings scored after walking in her first plate appearance for the Vikings, as Skylar Bedlin would love to get out of this inning, only allowing the 1 runner on the base pads. That pitch is lown away. Ball number 1. 1-0 the count to Mings. Following Mings, Kyra Ray, and then Reese Zobel. Here comes the 1-0. That one chopped, foul down the third base side. For strike number 1 is Coach Sad for the Vikings had to step out the way to avoid it. It's currently a 1-1 count here, top of the second inning. Bulldogs leading 3-2 with a runner at third base for Grand Island Northwest. McIntyre looking in the bunt position. The pitch, too low, as it's going to bounce away from Hutchinson, but down the third base side, so no advance from Lohman for ball number 2. 2-1 again. Bear Killer as well as McIntyre playing up on the infield, thinking Mings might lay the bunt down to score the runner, Lohman from third. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, a little chipper down to Bear Killer. The throw to first, first is in time. And they are going to say it's in time. Good cover from the substitute second baseman. I believe it's going to be Tiffany Townsend. With that, this inning will come to an end. Bulldogs got out of a sticky situation with 1 runner on. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the second. Still a 3-2 lead for North Platte. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the Whoop Whoop
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock. Whoop, whoop.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. It's a Bulldog lead, 3-2 here in the bottom of the second inning. Our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as our sponsors for today's game, CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005, located on 905 South Willow. Elise Moreno is now up to bat for North Platte High School against Kylie Casperson. Moreno on the season hitting .211 with a .707 OPS. Currently 1 home run and 1 double to her name and 2 RBIs. First pitch in from, again, Kylie Casperson is grounded in for ball number 1, but Moreno skies it up into the air on over to Ava Smith at second for out number 1 on the pop fly. With that, 1 down here in the bottom of the second as here comes Jaylee Comer up to bat for North Platte. This season, 4-1, Jaylee Comer. Trying to find where she is. She in her 11 at-bats has yet to record a hit for North Platte High School. She tries to lay the bunt down, and it's going to fall foul for strike number 1. I swear I've seen a Jaylee Comer hit this season so far, so must be missing some stats, but here comes Jaylee Comer once again looking to bunt as Libby Lohman now moving up a little bit, the infield playing for the bunt situation. It's 0-1 the count to Comer as that pitch is high. Ball number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. Nobody on and 1 down here. Bottom of the second. North Platte leading 3-2. Casperson sets and fires. Pulls back. Comer, that pitch once more down low. Ball 2 from Casperson. Three runs on 2 hits, no errors for North Platte High School. 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error on the side of Grand Island Northwest. Comer once again looking for the bunt. She pulls back, but that pitch is in there for strike number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to center fielder Jaylee Comer. Following Comer, back to the top of the order would have been Brooklyn Diber, but it's going to be Tiffany Towns again. Diber injured in the bottom of the first inning, sliding into third base. It looked to be a wrist injury as Jaylee Comer swings and misses for strike number 2. The first strikeout of today's game for Kylie Casperson, but Diber slid into third base with covering it being Kyra Ray. There was a collision between Ray and Diber, but it looks like as Diber was sliding in, she got her, I believe, wrist all tangled up in the bag and then probably the ankle of Ray, and so she's currently out at the moment with up taking over being Tiffany Townsend. Again, normally see Tiffany Townsend playing on the JV squad against and some spot starts for North Platte High School so far for Townsend. 2-14 on the year as she skies that, though, foul down the first base side. It's now 0-2 into Tiffany Townsend. Townsend in her 14 at-bats, a 214 average with an on-base percentage of .353, 2 singles, 1 double, and no RBIs for Townsend. Here comes the 0-2 from Casperson. Way outside. Ball number 1. Good eye from Townsend. Tough position for the young freshman Tiffany Townsend on the varsity squad, coming in for an injury as well, and then having to be the top of the order. The 1-2. Oh, it's going to barely skirt the outside part of the zone. It's 2-2. Great patience from from Townsend. I would have swung on that one, and maybe that's why I didn't pan out so well in the baseball world. But it's 2-2 the count now as Casperson delivers. Turned on, and it's going to be bounced out of the glove of the shortstop O'Hara, and Tiffany Townsend makes it on. Great hit from Tiffany Townsend, and with 2 down, she gets on for North Platte. As now here comes Ella Harmon. She had the fantastic bunt in the bottom of the first inning that got past the pitcher, Libby Lohman, and because of that helped start the offense for North Platte in the bottom of the first. Let's see if she can do it yet again with 2 down here as she swings and misses. Strike number 1. As that one again swung on and missed by Harmon for strike number 1. Tiffany Townsend on over at first for the Bulldogs. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Kylie Casperson on the mound as she sets and fires. I'm going to be outside for ball number 1. It's a 1-1 count to Harmon. And 1 for 1 so far with a got on successful bunt that made her way to second following the passed up ball as Casperson fires. Pops straight up into the sky. Casperson runs and gloves it. And there's out number 3, and that is how this inning will come to an, oh my good heavens, come to an end when we come back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. Top of the 3rd inning, Bulldogs leading 3-2. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, or remote services available for your home or business. They also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Lenovo and Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillip and Willow in North Platte, or call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM, KOOQ AM, North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the top of the 3rd inning. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as our sponsors for today's game, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. Top of the 3rd inning, Kyra Ray up to bat for the side of Grand Island Northwest. She'll look to lay the bunt down, but misses for strike number 1. Bulldogs lead this one 3-2. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors for North Platte High School. 2 runs on 4 hits. 1 error for the side of Grand Island Northwest. Again, Kyra Ray up to bat. She grounded out in her first plate appearance. As that fastball from Skylar Bedlin is a little bit outside for ball number 1. 1-1 the count to Ray. Playing left field. Reese Sobel on deck for the Vikings, and Kylie Casperson in the hole for Northwest. Skylar Bennett will get the sign and deliver her 1-1 count. That one, ooh, just a smidge too high. Ball number 2, 2-1 the count now to Ray. Bedlin had a little bit of some ups and downs in terms of the innings, but has, even though her had some up and downs, she's been doing a good job in terms of getting easy outs for her defense. That one grounded past the outreach glove of Macy Freeze, and with that, Ray's going to get on with a single to start off this top of the 3rd inning. Tough grab for Macy Freeze at short as she again was playing a little bit further up because Ray was thinking of bunting, so because of that, Freeze couldn't get the perfect angle to try and grab that little short grounder, and with that, Ray is on over at first for Reese Zobel, who doubled to right center field in her first plate appearance. There goes the speedy Ray on over to second, not even close, as she successfully steals second. And the chances of a double play are over immediately, as that first pitch was too high for, again, Reese Zobel. Strike number 1. Zobel, and doubled to the gap in right center field. Couldn't score a run in that first inning when she got that double, but has the speedy Ray at second, could do so if she doubles yet again. Bedlin looking to avoid that as the count is 1-0 into Zobel as she delivers. Pops sky high. Here comes Chloe Bearkiller as well as Hutchinson. She gets there. Heaven Hutchinson does and gloves it for out number 1 as down goes Zobel. And there's one out here in this top of the 3rd inning to now bring up to bat Kylie Christensen. Christensen now pitching for Grand Island Northwest after taking over for Libby Lohman the bottom of the 1st inning. She doubled into center field in her last at-bat. That brought some runs home for Grand Island Northwest. That first pitch from Benlin is a little short, but pole number 1 on the off speed. 1-0 the count. 1-0. One runner on being Kyra Ray at second. It's a 3-2 Bulldog lead. Still holding on, but Grand Island threatening to score. That pitch beautifully bounced back and in the zone for strike number 1 to Casperson from Skylar Bedlin. Julie O'Hara is on deck and Ava Smith in the hole for the Vikings. Bedlin now will deliver the 1-1. Turned on, but it'll be fouled down the third base side. Strike number 2. It's a 1-2 count with one runner on. 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors for the side of North Platte High School. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Grand Island Northwest. That one turned on and skied straight up to Jaylee Comer in center, but called off as it's gloved by Elise Moreno. And with that, there are now 2 down. Skylar Bedlin again getting back on a roll on the mound. Hasn't had the best night in terms of the overall pitch count and if it's in favor of her or not in favor of her, but done a fantastic job of driving outs, or at least helping this Bulldog defense get to some easy flyouts and groundouts. There's now 2 down here in this top of the third for Jolie O'Hara. She flew out to Ella Harmon in her first plate appearance for Grand Island Northwest as Bedlin delivers. Drilled into center field for a base hit. That might bring Ray home. Comer going to throw it on home. Beautiful done. And will just barely not make it. As great speed from Cairo Ray will score from second. Comer couldn't have made a better throw in terms of power and precision. But yet again, making her way on over Julie O'Hara, and once again is able to bring a run home. And with that, we're tied 3 apiece for Ava Smith. She got out on a 3rd drop strike, which Heaven Hutchinson was able to complete on over to first to end the last inning that Smith was up, as she skies that out into center field. Comer back at the warning track. She gets there and gloves it for out number 3. Not before 1 run on 2 hits come across for Grand Island Northwest. We'll step aside and take a break. Bottom of the 3rd inning. When we come back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, Bulldogs tied with the Vikings 3-3 here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600 East Francis Street, Suite 6 in North Platte.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complexes. Currently, it's a tie ball game, 3-3 here for the side of North Platte High School and Grand Island Northwest. Again, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Macy Freeze is up to bat for North Platte High School. She reached on an error in her last plate appearance, but she singles that into the gap in left center field. And with that, Freeze will get on with the single to start this bottom of the 3rd inning. The 4th hit of the day for North Platte. And she starts it off with a bang, Macy Freeze does. And here comes Skylar Bedlin for the Bulldogs. Our sponsors, thank you, though, to our sponsors for today's game. Our premier video sponsor, Allo Communication. Allo has packages to let you experience fast, reliable fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone online. AlloFiber.com. As Casperson delivers to Bedlin, that's high and away. Ball number 1, Macy Freeze on over at first base for North Platte High School. Following Bedlin, it'll be Sienna McIntyre, then Heaven Hutchinson, the deadly part of this Bulldog order. So Kylie Christensen is going to have to walk on some eggshells through this inning if she wants to get out of it. That pitch outside. Ball number 2, 2-0 the count now. Bulldogs 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors compared to Grand Island Northwest. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. So we're tied 3 apiece. Macy Freeze at first base for the Bulldogs. As Christensen delivers, there goes Macy Freeze. The throw on over to second. Not in time. They're going to say that pitch was in there. Strike number 1 to Bedlin, low around the knees. So it's 2-1 the count now, but Macy Freeze successfully steals second base, and with that, a runner is in scoring position for North Platte High School, the speedy shortstop. Macy Freeze, as Bedlin now facing a 2-1 count. Gets ready to rock and roll. Looking to retake, well, I want to say retake, but get back to extending the lead for North Platte High School, as it's currently tied 3 apiece. That one's fouled off the bat of Bedlin. For strike number 2, it's now 2-2 the count from Kylie Christensen to Skylar Bedlin. Nobody out. Macy Freeze at second here in this bottom of the 3rd for North Platte High School. As Christensen gets the sign and gets ready to deliver it in to Reese Zobel. Here comes the 2-2. That one chopper up the middle back to Christensen, who gloves it. The throw to first is in time, but Macy Freeze will scamper her way on over to second. So good sacrifice ground out from Skylar Bedlin. As with that, Macy Freeze will make her way on over to third and now in scoring position, or even better scoring position for North Platte High School. And here comes Sienna McIntyre. 0 for 1 today. Flew out to Kyra Ray in left field. Would love to drive one to deep and give Macy Freeze a chance to score as Christensen delivers. McIntyre tried to lay the bunt down, and there's Macy Freeze now caught in the pickle. Good defense from the side of Grand Island Northwest. We have some obstruction maybe. As now here comes, actually going to talk, I was going to say maybe obstruction, but head coach Leah O'Donnell Greeno is just going to talk to Macy Freeze about making a decision on going or not going. And because of that that decision-making at third base, Macy Freeze gets tagged out, and with that, no runners on the base pad for North Platte with 2 down now. And here comes Sienna McIntyre facing an 0-1 count from Christensen. That pitch is high and away. Ball number 1 to McIntyre. Oh, man, it's just one of those things where Freeze getting a little too greedy out in third with a long leadoff. And then kind of got caught up in if she wanted to go back to third, if she'll make it in time or just go home. And instead, because of that slight hesitation, she gets caught in the pickle and then gets tagged out trying to go home. 2 down. It's a 1-2 count now to the third baseman, Sienna McIntyre, as Christensen delivers the 1-2 count. Way outside. There's ball number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to McIntyre. Heaven Hutchinson on deck with Chloe Bearkiller in the hole for North Platte. Christensen gets the side from Zobel. And here comes the payoff 2-2 pitch. Swung on it, missed on an off speed, and down goes McIntyre swinging. That's how this bottom of the 4th will come to an end. The Bulldogs did have an opportunity to get something going and get, again, a nice extended lead, but unfortunately couldn't do so. And with that, we're making our way top of the 4th with the Bulldogs tied with the Vikings here from the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, 3-3.
Taylor is not great at making decisions,
Please do not ever ask me to pick what to watch on Netflix.
which is why she likes Runza.
Oh yeah, I like my golden hot crinkle fries, I like my homemade onion rings, and frings, which is when you get both together.
No tough decisions there. Now, do you dip them in ketchup or our homemade ranch?
How could you do this to me?
Sorry. Come get our famous fries, onion rings, or both today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Get the results you need with Red Willow Chemical. Whether you're looking for generic or name brand chemicals and fertilizer, they got you covered. And with their bulk options and delivery and aerial application services, you can save time and get the job done right. Their experienced staff is here to help you tailor a plan that fits your specific needs so you can trust them to deliver. Don't wait. Visit Red Willow Chemical today and see the difference quality products and personalized service can make. Contact them now.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the top of the fourth inning. North Platte currently tied with Grand Island Northwest 3-3. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet B. As up to bat for the second time today, Libby Lohman from the side of the Vikings. She again singled past Santa McIntyre and Macy Freeze in her first at-bat. As that pitch going to be just a smidge outside for ball number one. Thank you again, though, to our sponsors for today's game, Safety Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005. That one skied straight up into the high heavens as that one is going to fall foul for strike number one from Lohman, who now is playing third base for the Vikings after, again, getting off to a rough start, loading the bases against North Platte and giving up 2 runs. And then eventually the third run from Christensen. But so far the Vikings have tied this back up as there's Chloe Bearkiller on over at first. It was close to the foul. Close to getting out of bounds on the Vikings dugout, but Bearkiller makes a fantastic grab along the fence line for out number one. As there's one down here in this top of the fourth inning to now bring up to bat Becca Dinkelman. She struck out swinging on a beautiful off-speed pitch from Skylar Bedlin in her first plate appearance. That was the only strikeout of today's game from Bedlin. See if she can do it again. That one going to be grounded on over to McIntyre, who once again couldn't glove it, but it'll get there in plenty of time to get the second out, as even though once again McIntyre couldn't hold on to the softball, she was able to use that big arm she's got and throw it on over to first in plenty of time. There's 2 down now in this top of the fourth inning. Quick 2 up, 2 down for the Bulldogs. And again, that's just another great trait of Skylar Bedlin. Again, she won't blow you away with the strikeouts like Santa McIntyre will do, but man, oh man, she just makes the outs on the infield so easy. Or just finding ways to get outs, as that one's cleanly gloved up by McIntyre over to first. A quick 1-2-3 inning from North Platte High School. And just like that, they're now about up to bat. When we come back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, we're tied 3-3. Bulldogs tied with the Vikings. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. It is the bottom of the fourth inning. North Platte High School tied with Grand Island Northwest 3-3. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, with Heaven Hutchinson now up to bat for the Bulldogs. That pitch is down low to ball number one. Hutchinson so far today 0 for 1. Grounded out in her first plate appearance. would love to get on to start this inning for North Platte to try to answer back, as again, we've been tied for a little while now, and the Bulldogs would love to get back to their lead, their nice comfortable lead they had, but going to have to get a run to come across. Our timeouts, though, brought to you in part by Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80, invites you to stop out and take a test drive here today. Premier Toyota, let's go places. That pitch from Kylie Christensen is outside for ball number 2. It's 2-1. You know, I got to say, having some sour Skittles during the commercial break, not a good idea because your mouth just starts to water up from the sourness. It's 2-1, though. Sorry for the sidetrack. 2-1, as that one's grounded on over to Libby Lohman at third. The throw to first will be in time, and down goes Hutchinson to start this bottom of the 4th inning on a ground out. And there's now 1 out for North Platte. As up comes Chloe Bearkiller. She struck out swinging in her last plate appearance against the side of Kylie Casperson. Again, Casperson relieving Libby Lohman in the bottom of the 1st inning, as Lohman was struggling to find any traction against this North Platte squad, and Bulldogs were just already putting a hit palooza against Lohman. They got up to a 3-0 lead in that bottom of the 1st, and then since then have been pretty quiet on the scoring front. Have put up some good amount of hits with 5. It's 0-1 into Bearkiller. Well, we'll make that 1-1 as she swings and misses on a pitch outside. It's now, again, 1-1 the count. Bearkiller looking for her first hit today, batting was at the beginning of this game, .667 for North Platte. So just a bit late, right where it needed to be in terms of the batting position, but a bit behind. 1-2 now to the first baseman, Chloe Bearkiller. As Christensen used the speed, wouldn't be surprised she went to the off-speed here. The 1-2, high with that pitch and outside. It's 2-2 the count now. Following Bearkiller, Elise Moreno, and then Jaylee Comer for North Platte. Christensen gets the sign from Zobel. And now will look to deliver the 2-2 from the circle. Popped up, drifting on over to Lohman at third base, and she's able to get there and glove it for out number 2. Good hit, good attempt from Bearkiller. Had the right idea, almost on location, just a little bit below it, and because of that, it was popped sky high up and an easy glove for out number 2 from Libby Lohman. And here comes Elise Moreno. She grounded out to Ava Smith in her first plate appearance. And the Bulldogs now staring down a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th. As Christensen sets and fires. That one turned on and fouled onto the other field from Moreno for strike number 1. Again, you normally see Elise Moreno on over at third base when Sienna McIntyre is pitching, but this time playing left field for the Bulldogs. As Christensen now fires the 0-1 pitch. That one just a smidge high and outside. It's 1-1 the count now to Elise Moreno. As Christensen is ready to rock and roll with that 1-1. Oh, that one just going to sneak in on the outside part for strike 2. And it's 1-2 the count now to the left fielder Moreno. With 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs looking to avoid a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch. Low and away, ball 2. Good patience from Moreno not to swing on it, even though she knows she's down in the count. 2-2 now to the senior. As she steps back in and Christensen's ready. The payoff, 2-2 pitch. Turned on, slowly grounded on over to first. Dorsey picks it up and steps on the bag. And that is how this inning will come to an end. A quick 1-2-3 for the Vikings defense. And now we're going to make our way to the top of the 5th inning. Can the Bulldogs answer back with back-to-back 1-2-3 innings? You'll have to see when we come back here to the Dow Howard Sporting Complex. Bulldogs 3, Vikings 3. We're tied as we make our way to the top of the 5th. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming. Sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
of North Platte delivers fast water, mold, and fire damage restoration services to the North Platte area. PuroClean knows how challenging those times can be to you and to your family. Their Nebraska-based experts have a winning, reliable combination of training and equipment partnerships. Local, fast service in the North Platte area. Their average on-site time is 60 minutes, and they'll coordinate with your local insurance provider. Give PuroClean a call now at 1-800-775-7876 and schedule a visit from a member of the team at PuroClean in North Platte.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. Currently at the moment, North Platte High School tied with Grand Island Northwest 3-3 with a pitching change on the way for the Bulldogs. You know, I was going to, I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to steal something here, but I was going to bring up the point. When are we going to see Sienna McIntyre? Because in these single game situations, North Platte has done a two-pitcher setup where they'll start Bedlin and then they'll bring Sienna McIntyre in the second half of the game. And just like that, there's Sienna McIntyre out there facing up against Cameron Mings for the side of Grand Island Northwest, as that pitch from McIntyre is high. Ball number one. And now it's strike number two as Mings strike number one is Mings misses. So here's how the defense looks now. Elise Moreno on over at third, just like I thought when McIntyre pitches. Skylar Bedlin at first, and then we're going to have on over in left field Cassidy Pierce, it looks like, as that one swung on and missed by Mings for strike two. I think that's Cassidy Pierce. That actually might not be Pierce. I'm out. Correction, it's Isabella Gerard will be the left fielder for North Platte. Skied into center field. Comer going back at it. Still going, and it's going to bounce off the fence line. So Mings will get a stand-up double to start this top of the fifth inning. Almost was out of this park. And with that, Northwest starts off with a bang here in this top of the fifth. With now Kyra Ray set to bat. She grounded out in her first plate appearance and then just barely got one past the outreach glove of Macy Freeze in her last plate appearance. Has Mings on over at second here with nobody out as the throw on over to third just to be safe. Will not move Mings up as Ray once again threatening to lay the bunt down. As it's too low, ball number one, again to advance. Mings over to third with, again, nobody out here in this top of the fifth inning. Again, Ray just barely got one past Macy Freeze the last time she was up to bat and was threatening to bunt. Pulls back on a pitch that's in there for strike number one. 1-1 the count. Mings playing very aggressive from second base again, knowing that no one's going to be covering the second base bag as Moreno and Bedlin all up in the infield expecting a bunt. But that's where it got them last time when Ray hit one past Macy Freeze. Swings and fouls that off. Strike number two again, just like that. Tried to, when the infield position very far up, lay down a bunt. But that time unsuccessful as she fouls it off. It's 1-2 the count with nobody out and Cameron Mings on over at second for the Vikings. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ray swinging. And that's the Sienna McIntyre we know so well. Coming in and immediately getting a strikeout in her inning. And now with one down, here comes Reese Zobel. Zobel 1 for 2 today, doubled in her first plate appearance to right center field, but flew out in her second to Heaven Hutchinson. First pitch in for McIntyre is tied inside and a little too low. Ball number one. Again, our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As that pitch is now too high from McIntyre, 2-0. Also, thank you to our other sponsors, Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking, with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. 2-0, skied straight up to the heavens. In comes Jaylee Comer, still coming and gloves it for out number 2. And again, this is just kind of how a Sienna McIntyre inning kind of comes about. As, yes, even though she gave up that double, she does a fantastic job of limiting the damage. And so far, Mings has not moved a single centimeter from that second base bag as Kylie Casperson now comes up to bat. Doubled to straightaway center in her first plate appearance, but flew out to who at the time was Elise Moreno in third. McIntyre's first pitch is in there, strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now to Kylie Casperson. And now here's the thing with Grand Island Northwest, because they went to their bullpen so early, will they throw a third pitcher? It's kind of rare to see 3 different pitchers in a ball game, or most softball teams to carry essentially 3 different pitchers. You know, they can probably bring somebody up from the JV squad or somebody get a spot start, but normally you just see a 2 rotation. And so far, it's 0-2 the count into Casperson as McIntyre sets and fires. Oh, check swing from Casperson. She wanted to go around, but that pitch was too far outside. It's 1-2 the count now. So, again, Casperson most certainly will go the rest of this game with North Platte having a fresh pitcher and being Sienna McIntyre. The 1-2. Chopped foul right back to the netting, so we'll still stay at 1-2 the count. Top of the 5th. Bulldogs leading. I wish they were leading right now because that would extend their 2-game winning streak, but currently tied with Grand Island Northwest, 3-3 here in this top of the 5th. Cameron Mings at second. The 1-2 for McIntyre. Swung on and missed. Down she goes. Second strikeout of the day here for McIntyre in this top of the 5th, and that's how the inning will come to an end. She did give up a double, but she bounced back, putting down the 3 next batters. We're now making our way to the bottom of the 5th inning with North Platte tied with the Vikings 3-3. We come back here, FM 98.1 AM 1410 and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Event Center wishes everyone a great school year. Fall can mean weather changes and canceled practices. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Watch Facebook for CYS League information to get your 3rd through 6th grader registered for football, volleyball, basketball, and wrestling for the 2023-2024 season. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information.
It's not too late to dust off the golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. Summer may be coming to an end, but come out to River's Edge and you'll enjoy a course that features modern amenities with beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. Remember, they're open to the public. Good times, great food, drinks, and sports. Another Round Sports Bar at River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ AM North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, bottom of the 5th inning. We're still tied between Grand Island Northwest and North Platte High School at 3-3. 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error for Grand Island Northwest. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors for North Platte High School as Jaylee Comer is up to bat. She struck out swinging in her first plate appearance against Kylie Christensen as that first pitch is in there for strike number 1. Our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Is that next pitch into the center fielder, Comer, too high. Ball number 1. Following Comer, Tiffany Townsend and Ella Harmon for the Bulldogs. Again, looking to retake the overall lead as they're tied 3-3 here in this bottom of the fifth. Comer trying to hit on a bunt there, but just missed it. So it's 1-2 the count now to the center fielder Comer, again looking for her first hit this season for North Platte High School. 1-2 the count. Nobody on, nobody out, bottom of the fifth. Kylie Christensen pitches yet again the 1-2. That's too high. Ball number 2, it's 2-2 the count now. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game. That's going to be Sandhill State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations as Comer misses, and with that, another strikeout. That's the second for Comer today, and with that, there's one out here in this bottom of the fifth inning to now bring up Tiffany Townsend. Townsend singled in her first plate appearance off of Jolie O'Hara, and now we can do the same thing with one down here. This bottom of the fifth inning as that pitch is too high. Ball number 1. Again, tough situation for Tiffany Townsend to come into. Brooklyn Dybert normally leading off and playing second, gets injured as she's sliding into third base. Kind of collided with Kyra Ray, and because of that, has a wrist injury. We all hope it's just a twist. Nothing else. I haven't seen Dybert out there other than that first time, but that pitch, though, in there from Christensen. Strike number 1, and we'll make that, strike number 2. That's just barely clipping outside 1 and 2, but hoping the best for Dybert, having a pretty strong second half of the season from the plate for the Bulldogs, and, of course, doing a fantastic job defensively, as always. The 1-2 is fouled off the bat of Townsend. Still staying at 1-2. The freshman getting yet a little bit more activity in the varsity squad. We've seen Tiffany Townsend a few times this season for North Platte. Let's see what she can do with some more time at the moment. Here comes the 1-2 from Christensen. Way upstairs. That's 2-2 the count now to second baseman Tiffany Townsend. As here comes Kylie Christensen back into the circle. 2-2 the count. She delivers. Too low. Ball 3. It's 3-2 the count now. Good bounce back from Townsend as it's now worked full. As here she goes. Ready to rock and roll. 3-2. Christensen fires. Skied up and foul by Townsend. That one might have been out just a bit outside for ball 4, but Townsend went and swung on it. Did foul it off, though, so we'll still stay at 3-2. So still got some good contact. Now, Christensen will love that. Again, payoff. 3-2 pitch on the way. Right down the middle. Townsend swings and misses, but we're going to say it's fouled barely off of her bat. So with that, still staying at 3-2 the count. Man, oh man, that was close. Once more 3-2. As Christensen will fire again. Too low, ball 4. With that, Townsend will walk her way on over to first. Beautiful bounce back at bat from Tiffany Townsend after it started off with her being down 1-2. Worked it back to 3-2. And then walked on to first with now Ella Harmon up to bat. She's 1 for 2 today. Bunted her way successfully on in her first plate appearance. That helped set up a couple Bulldog runs, but unfortunately flew out in her second as that pitch is in there just barely on the outside for strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now to Ella Harmon. Townsend on over at first. Haven't seen much running on the base paths from her in terms of stealing, but with the infield playing for a bunt, wouldn't shock me if she tried to do one, as that's outside. Ball number 1 to Harmon. It's 1-1 the count now. Following Ella Harmon, Macy Freeze, and then Skylar Bedlin for North Platte High School. As here comes Kylie Christensen's 1-1 to Harmon. On the way, Harmon lays out another good bunt, but just bounces badly the wrong way. And with that foul ball, strike number 2. Again, Harmon does a fantastic job. It's one of the things, even though we haven't seen many swings and hits from Ella Harmon, when she gets the opportunity to lay a beautiful bunt down, man, she does so perfectly. As the 1-2 on the way from Christensen. down low, ball number 1. Excuse me, ball number 2. It's 2-2 the count now. And that's what I just love about Harmon's game. Great speed, so she has a lot of range in the outfield, but also can lay down the nastiest of bunts you'll ever see and get some runs on for the Bulldogs. 2-2. That one's right down the middle. Strike number 3 as down goes Harmon. It's now the first strikeout for the game for Ella Harmon, and now up comes Macy Freeze with 2 down. Tiffany Townsend at first base for North Platte. Freeze 1 for 2 today, should be 2 for 2, but reached on an error in her first plate appearance. Then singled in her next as she skies one off of Christensen, foul for strike number 1. At some point, Macy Freeze is bound for another home run. She has had some very close calls the last couple of appearances and games for Macy Freeze, so at some point she's due for another homer. Right now would be great. Oh, she singles that right past Christensen up the middle for a base hit. And with that, 2 runners are now on for North Platte. You know what? Even though it's not a home run, I'll still take another single as Macy Freeze gets aboard. And with that, 2 runners are now on for North Platte High School with 2 down, and now that brings up Skylar Bedlin. Bedlin, though, is hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance and then grounded out to the pitcher Christensen for her first out of the day. She's 0 for 1 today. But again, this is the scary part of the order for Christensen. If North Platte can continue getting some momentum, that pitch in there. Strike number 1. One is supposed to look like outside, but home plate umpire said differently. It's 0-1 the count. Following Bedlin, McIntyre, and Hutchinson. In terms of, again, batting percentage, Macy Freeze, Bedlin, Hutchinson, McIntyre, the big part of the order. And that one, once more, just barely making it in. On the outside part of the plate, it's 0-2 the count now to Bedlin. As Christensen sits now up 0-2 in the count. As she delivers to Bedlin. Pops sky high, drifting towards center field. Onwards comes Mings and gets there and gloves it. And with that, the inning will come to an end. The Bulldogs did have runners on the base pad, but couldn't get anything done with them. We're now moving to the top of the 6th inning. Still tied 3-3. We can come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volts, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Attention Toyota lovers. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle or need top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier Toyota today and experience the best selection, service, and prices around. You won't be disappointed. Toyota, let's go places.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. Bulldogs still tied with Grand Island Northwest 3-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Your timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As up to bat here for the side of Grand Island Northwest, going to be Jolie O'Hara. She, of course, flew out in her first plate appearance to Ella Harmon, but doubled over the head of Jaylee Comer last time about. She'll be facing Sienna McIntyre for the first time here in this ball game. Currently down 0-2 as McIntyre already looking for her 3rd strikeout today, already in the short little stint she's had. Ooh, that one too high. Ball number 1 from Bedlin to O'Hara. Or excuse me, from McIntyre to O'Hara. Again, Bedlin on over at first base for North Platte. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss from O'Hara. Down she goes swinging. There's one out here in this top of the 6th inning, and this is what I got to say about this dynamic duo. I love doubleheaders, and I know everybody else does, but if we get to a one-game situation where Bulldogs just need to get something done in one game, I love this pitching lineup that they have. Skylar Bedlin is such a great setup to carry, the momentum of a game into Sienna McIntyre, who is just all-world shut down like Tatum Montalongo was last year as that one swung on and missed by Ava Smith. And that's what I love so much. You got Skylar Bedlin. They're both different pitchers, so you can't really prepare for them all well. Bedlin more of a control, not going to blow it past you, but will get really easy outs and keep it in the ballpark. While McIntyre, more of that speed, going to blow it right past you, look for strikeouts as that one's fouled off for strike number 2. And when you get into a one-game series like we are here and maybe in districts and state as well, this is the type of pitching you want to go into every game with, because that's going to keep not only the other team guessing, but it's going to bring so much great opportunity for your staff, your defense, your pitching, your hitting to just succeed as that one's fouled off by Ava Smith. We'll still stay at 0-2. It just makes me excited when we get to those single-game, really big elimination moments, because this Bulldog pitching staff so far this season is really starting to tear it up. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike number 3, down goes Ava Smith, swinging. 4th strikeout for Sienna McIntyre, and just like that, there's now 2 down here in this top of the 6th, and once again, just proving my point. Skylar Bedlin can keep us in the games like she has done. It just sets up so many different great opportunities for this Bulldog squad, as that one is tight inside, but there for strike number 1. Just like here, again, you look at the stats from Bedlin, and you see she still has an above 5 ERA, but really the last couple of games, it should be around 3, her ERA. It should be. And because of that, it's kept North Platte in these games, and the offense has been raking it in as well. And then you get to shut down the game with Sienna McIntyre here. How do you plan against this? It's 0-2 to Libby Lohman, but how do you plan around a game plan like this for head coach Greeno? As that one's in there, strike 3, and down goes Lohman. A quick 1-2-3 inning in this top of the 6th inning for Sienna McIntyre and the Bulldogs. They're just putting them up and putting them down this game. We'll come back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Can the Bulldogs get another score and take the lead? We can come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Start a new career? Larry's Glass in North Platte may just have the position for you, as they have an opening for a glazer. What does this glass glazer do? Installs glass in commercial and residential areas, and you'll be installing windows, doors, showers, mirrors, and so much more dealing with glass. If you've been or had carpenter experience in the past, this position may be just the fit for you. And even if you haven't and you have a certain skill set, Larry's Glass will train. Stop into Larry's Glass on West 5th Street today to apply.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, bottom of the 6th inning. North Platte currently tied with Grand Island Northwest 3-3. And bottom of the 6th inning currently for the Bulldogs. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors, compared to 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error on the side of Grand Island Northwest. Up to bat, Sienna McIntyre for North Platte. She's 0-for-2 today for the Bulldogs against Kylie Casperson. Casperson up to 67 pitches, 43 strikes and 24 balls. That first pitch is just a smidge outside. Ball number 1. Our timeouts once again brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group as that singled up the middle for McIntyre. And there's one runner on for North Platte High School, as they now record their 7th hit of the day and are looking to get the ball rolling offensively, which they haven't done since the top. It should be bottom of the 1st inning with Faith Bennett now courtesy running for McIntyre. And Now up to bat, coming Heaven Hutchinson. She's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, but yet again, that doesn't seem to scare Hutchinson, as she's going to keep swinging and has, again, Faith Bennett on over at first base. The Bulldogs threatening to score. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Casperson's pitch is way upstairs as Hutchinson was looking to lay the bunt down. That's too high, ball number 1. Thank you also to our sponsors today, Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. Meet your friends or bring the family and enjoy the pizza of the month. Daily specials, wings, and more at Dave's Place Pizza and Wings, located on 1510 East 4th Street. Casperson's pitch once more outside to Hutchinson. It's 2-2 the count now to Heaven Hutchinson. As, again, things looking really good in this inning, off to a strong start for the Bulldogs. A single from McIntyre. Faith Bennett now at first. Hutchinson still looking to lay the bunt down as Christensen sets and fires. Once more too low. There goes Faith Bennett. Oh no, she's going to get called out at second. Oh, great throw from Reese Zobel. As head coach Greeno not happy with the call from, or the run attempt from Faith Bennett, is out she goes, gets caught stealing, trying to make it to second, and oh man, there's out number 1. It was a beautiful 3-0 count to Hutchinson as she now swings and misses for strike number 1 of this. It wasn't 2-0, or 3-0, and now it's 3-1. Oh man, just like that, Hutchinson's gonna have to get back to swinging. It's now, well, I'd say 3-1. It's now 4-1 as out goes Hutchinson to first. So we're just gonna act like Faith Bennett at first didn't happen, and North Platte has a runner at first. Well, I say that, and here comes a courtesy runner for the Bulldogs. Here it's Lauren Bowers, courtesy running for North Platte High now, with Hutchinson making her way back on over to the dugout with now Chloe Bearkiller up to bat. She's 0 for 2 today, struck out looking at her first plate appearance, then flew out to Zobel in her second. Has Bowers at first with 1 out. It's bottom of the 6th inning, still tied 3-3 as Bearkiller swings and misses. Strike number 1, that's not Chloe Bearkiller, that's going to be Isabella Gerard up to bat as she swings and misses for strike number 1. Again, Bowers on over at first. That pitch outside from Christian. Correction, it's in there for strike 2. I mean, that outside part of the plate has been a little bit further out today for either side when it comes to the strike zone. As it's now 0-2 to Gerard. And that time, and that's the confusing thing, that time it was exactly the same strike zone, exactly same pitch, exact same location, but that time called the ball. It's 1-2 now to Gerard, with 1 out and 1 runner at first base being Bowers. The 1-2. Swing and a miss from Gerard, and just like that, there's now 2 down here in this in this bottom of the 6th inning. With now at bat being Elise Moreno for North Platte High School. Again, 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th. Bowers on over at first. Moreno looking for her first hit today, has 2 groundouts to her name. Looking to record her first hit and move. Lauren Bowers up. That pitch in there, strike number 1 though, is Kylie Christensen still battening the hatches down when it comes to pitching, doing a fantastic job ever since relieving Libby Lohman in the bottom of the 1st inning. 0-1 the count now to Moreno. Swing and a miss. There's strike 2 to Moreno. With the way these 2 pitchers are pitching, I'm going to say it. It looks like we're going to go to extra innings. I just have a feeling with the way these 2 are pitching lights out, we could go pretty far into the night here. Again, Lauren Bowers on over at first. The 0-2 to Moreno. Way upstairs, almost into a new area code. But great save and jump up from Reese Zobel. And it's 1-2 the count now to Moreno with 1 on and 2 down here in this bottom of the 6th inning. 3-3 ball game as Christensen fires away. Outside, there's ball number 2. It's now 2-2 the count to Elise Moreno. Bauer still at first, not threatening or not attempting to run after Faith Bennett got tagged out trying to steal second. As here comes the 2-2 from Christensen. Oh, swing and a miss for Moreno. It was way upstairs, and just like that, the inning will come to an end. And we're going to go to the top of the 7th. Bulldogs had 2 runners on the base paths, but couldn't get anything done with it. And with that, we're going to make our way top of the 7th. We're still tied 3. We come back here to the Dow Howard Sporting Complex on FM 98.1 and 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
A whole lot of things being so expensive these days, you'll be surprised to know you can buy an RV for under $20,000. The Sunray Travel Trailers at Larry's RV in North Platte. Sunrays give you the opportunity to enjoy the outdoors while still enjoying some home comforts like AC, water, heater, refrigerator, and stovetops. Just some of the features you'll find in a Sunray. Plus, Sunrays are lightweight and most can even be pulled with a car. Stop in today and see the Sunray 129 and 149 models and the Sunray Light 16 HB at Larry's RV in North Platte. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the top of the 7th inning. This is where the money is being made, everybody. Bulldogs tied up here with Grand Island Northwest 3-3. 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. North Platte High School, 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Grand Island Northwest. Again, we're still tied here as that one is fouled off by the batter who's up here, Becca Dinkelman. Again, our timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Beat, as well as another round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks. That pitch from McIntyre really tied inside to Dinkelman for ball number 1. It's a 1-2 count now from McIntyre to Dinkelman. And she's been lights out after subbing in for Skylar Bedlin just 2 innings ago. That one's too high. Ball number 2 from McIntyre. 2-2 the count now. We're still at a stalemate here between these two teams. 3-3. Could be looking at extra innings. As McIntyre, good heavens, sets and fires the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Dinkelman. I believe that's now the 6th strikeout for Sienna McIntyre already. There's 1 down here in this top of the 7th inning. As now up to bat, here comes Lily Martinez. She's grounded out 2 times. 1-2 at the time, Sienna McIntyre, and then over to what was Brooklyn Dibert at second, but now it's Tiffany Townsend for North Platte High School. Again, hope the side of Dibert's doing okay after sliding into third base and colliding with Kyra Ray at the bottom of the 1st inning and had to leave with a wrist injury. Hope she's doing all right, and it's just sprained as that first pitch into Martinez was swung on and missed for strike number 1. As here comes that next pitch, swung on and missed by Lily Martinez. Again, it's 0-2 the count. McIntyre just putting them up, putting them down. That's really just how a Sienna McIntyre game goes. It is so tough to dissect what she's going to do. And she just blow right past you. That one, though, a little too high to Martinez. Ball number 1. It's 1-2 the count now. But again, just as I alluded to earlier in the game, it sets up a scary situation with this 2 pitching rotation. 1-2. Swung on and missed again. Number 8 on the day, I believe, for McIntyre after coming in for Bedlin. And again, you can just see the difference in terms of pitching style. Either side have worked really well. Like, again, McIntyre can just put them up, put them down with ease, strikeout after strikeout. But Bedlin, much better on controlling. Well, it's tough to say much better because both are really, really good. But Bedlin more of the control type really helps the infield get easy outs. Really soft grounders and soft flyouts is how Bedlin will pitch, and that just sets up for less errors in the outfield and just easier plays as that pitch is too high. Ball number 1 from McIntyre. The 1-0 into Cameron Mings is swung on and missed. Strike number 2. 1-1 the count now. Nobody on, and 2 down here in this top of the 7th. As McIntyre looking again for a 1-2-3 inning. She fouls that one. Cameron Mings does. Back to the netting. So it's now 1-2 the count to the center fielder Mings. As up next is Kyra Ray and then Reese Zobel for the Vikings. So McIntyre looking for her 9th strikeout already in this ballgame. Gets into the circle, sets, and looks to fire away. We are just a smidge too far outside. Ball 2. I mean, we are just teetering on the edge there. 2-2 the count from McIntyre to Mings in this top of the 7th inning. McIntyre fires again the payoff pitch. That time skied. Drifting on over to left field, and it will fall foul, so we'll still stay at 2-2 the count. McIntyre up to 42 pitches, 31 strikes, and 11 balls here for the side of North Platte High School in the top of the 7th inning. Could potentially be the final inning for this Bulldogs defense if they can score in their bottom half of the 7th, or we could go to extras. Here comes the 2-2. Too low, ball 3 to Mings. 3-2. McIntyre trying to find something low to get Mings swinging, but she did not bite on it. So here we go, 3-2 as McIntyre sets and fires. Slow grounder over to Macy Freeze, who gloves it to throw to first. It will not be in time. Scoots past Skylar Bedlin. Mings on over to second, and with that, there's a double. Well, a single correction for Mings, and then making her way on over to second on the passed up ball. And with that, there's now a runner in scoring position with speed for Kyra Ray. 1 for 3 today. Grounded out in her first plate appearance. Got a light single past Macy Freeze at second in her second at-bat, but struck out swinging in her third to Sienna McIntyre. First pitch into Ray. Swung on and missed. Strike number 1 from Sienna McIntyre to Ray. As she sets, McIntyre does in the circle, gets the sign from Hutchinson, and now delivers the 0-1 pitch. That one foul back to the netting. Ray got some contact on that one, but it's now 0-2 the count into Kyra Ray with the potential game-winning run at second here in this top of the 7th for the Vikings of Grand Island Northwest. McIntyre would not like that run to come home, but currently up in the count, 0-2. As here comes McIntyre looking to step back into the circle, and she's ready. 0-2. She sets. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. It doesn't matter. It's in there anyway. Strikeout number 9, and down goes Ray. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs tied here with Grand Island Northwest 3-3. We come back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica House Blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz Coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex. Bulldogs time here with Grand Island Northwest in the bottom of the 7th inning. The potential last half inning of play for this Bulldogs offense and the ball game. If they can get a run across, Jaylee Comer up to bat for North Platte. Actually, it's not Jaylee Comer anymore. It's a new batter. I believe the batter that I see out there is Ella Janis for the Bulldogs. Pinch hitting for Comer. Again, our half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As Janis swings and misses for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now as Christensen fires. That's too low. Ball number 1 to Janis. Following Janis, Tiffany Townsend and Ella Harmon for North Platte. Kylie Christensen, 84 pitches, 51 strikes, 33 balls. That off speed going to sneak its way on the outside part of the zone once again. 1-2 now. As here comes Janis down 1-2 to Christensen. As she sets and fires. Outside, oh my good heavens. Another one that just barely is skirting on the outside part of that zone, but going to stay in. Umpire very consistent on that outside part on either side, and there's out number 1. 0-1 the count, and one out here as here comes Tiffany Townsend, 1 for 1 today. Singled and walked in her 2 plate appearances as Christensen's pitches extremely outside for ball number 1. Ella Harmon on deck for North Platte with Macy Freeze in the hole for the Bulldogs. Actually, looks like we're going to have a courtesy hitter for Harmon next at bat. As that 1-0 now becomes 1-1 as that pitch finds its way into Townsend. As I believe that's Lauren Bowers that's going to be hitting in place for Harmon. As Christensen now with the 1-1 delivered. That one slowly chipped on over to Lohman at third to throw to first. Oh, it's just going to barely be in time. For out number 2, down goes Townsend on the ground out. And now here comes what was Ella Harmon and is now going to be Lauren Bowell. And actually going to be Emma Shannon. Shannon here up to bat for the first time in this ball game. Again with 2 down and nobody on for North Platte. In this bottom of the 7th inning, as Christensen's pitch is high and away. Ball number 1 is here comes Coach Greeno. We'll have a talk with Emma Shannon. As Greeno just going to talk with the umpire to confirm the Shannon change. Just want a quick little update on my fantasy football league, which I now have found out not going well, as Aaron Rodgers questionable to return with an injury. I was trailing by 10 points and needed Aaron Rodgers to win. So it's looking like we're going to start this first week of the NFL 0-4. Denver Broncos lost in painful fashion yesterday. We're off to a great football start. But who cares about that? We are now on to softball action as here comes Emma Shannon, now up to bat for North Platte as we're tied 3 apiece here in this bottom of the 7th inning. We are looking and we are staring down the barrel of extra innings here. As here we come. Shannon into the batter's box. Again, 1-0 count into Shannon from Christensen. As Christensen, and now Shannon will step out. As home plate umpire just not ready. So Shannon will step out and take some warm-up swings, and now we're ready to rock and roll. 1-0. Christensen fires to Shannon. Outside Ball number 2 to Emma Shannon. Again, following Shannon, Macy Freeze, and then Skylar Bedlin for North Platte. Would love to get to this part of the order sometime. 2-0, make it 2-1. As it finds its way in, 2-1 to Shannon. Pinch hitting for Ella Harmon here. As Christensen will get the sign from Zobel and deliver the 2-1. Swing and a miss from Shannon there. Strike number 2, just a little underneath it. Now it's 2-2 the count, with nobody on and 2 out in the bottom of the 7th inning between these two teams. As here comes the pitch. Whoa, way outside. And with that, that's ball number 3. It's 3-2 the count now to Emma Shannon as Christensen sets and will look to fire. She's taken a long time, but now finally sets the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Down goes Shannon, and that's how this inning will come to an end. We're going to continue some softball action here as we're going to the top of the 8th. Bulldogs tied with the Vikings 3-3. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
It's football and volleyball season, and it's time to enjoy it while eating the best pizza and wings at Dave's Place.
Dave's Place is your fall sports headquarters with the biggest games on the TVs, the freshest pizza, and all new drink specials, including, you guessed it, the Whoop Whoop
Dave's Place on East 4th Street in North Platte.
Dine in, carry out, DoorDash, or online at davesplacenp.com. Beginning September 10th, Dave's Place will open Sundays at 11 o'clock. Whoop whoop!
CT Computer Services in North Platte is your one-stop computer shop, offering PC and Mac repair, in-shop, on-site, or remote services available for your home or business. They also offer PC sales and service of major brands like Lenovo and Dell, new and refurbished units in stock, and even custom-built PCs. Prices for every budget starting at less than $300. CT Computer Services at Phillip and Willow in North Platte, or call 534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys.
I'm Jared Remus with Jerry Remus Chevrolet of North Platte. The Bulldogs play here on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM KOOQ AM North Platte. We've got the keys to your new car.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the top of the 8th inning. It's extra inning softball here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com. As that first pitch in from Sienna McIntyre's there for strike number 1. Again, our timeouts are brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Pea. Now, if you're not familiar with extra inning softball, as I say that, skied into center field. Comer's going to get under it. She gloves it. The tag up from one, Kyra Ray, and it's going to be tagged down by Comer and the third baseman, which is going to be Elise Moreno. Comer has been so close this entire game. And just before I could get to my explanation of why Kyra Ray is out at second, Jaylee Comer makes an amazing play. And just like that, there are 2 down in this inning. I cannot believe this right now, as again here in extra inning softball, there's going to be a runner placed at second to give either side the opportunity to win a game, as that one is lightly blooped, and it will fall into left field for a base hit. So Kylie Casperson gets a single. So Grand Island Northwest selected their fastest player, of course, which is going to be Kyra Ray. She was at second. And then a great tag up. Ray with the speed. Comer, a beautiful throw from center to get Ray tagged out at third. An even better tag from Moreno to get it there in time. And I mean, Jaylee Comer has been so close this entire ball game. 2 times at home, she almost got runners tagged out. And now we have a pinch hitter coming in for the side of Grand Island Northwest. And with 2 down now, it was going to be Jolie O'Hara. It is still Jolie O'Hara. I was going to say we have a now runner on over at first following the blooper from Christensen. I think, trying to find the number again, those great jerseys. Those gray numbers on bright yellow or dull yellow, not cool, so I don't know who that is at first. But there is a runner on for Grand Island Northwest with McIntyre looking to get the final out here in this top of the 8th as that swung on and fouled from O'Hara. Strike number 1. So the Bulldogs will also get the opportunity of placing a runner at second base, and I think it's going to be tough to decide between Comer or Harmon. They're both super quick as I hold that thought. McIntyre's 0-1 is now 0-2 following another foul from O'Hara. Because, again, you want your fastest person at second, and it's really tough because both Harmon and Comer are extremely fast. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Greeno decides because Macy Freeze would be up to bat for North Platte, and she's having herself a stellar game. As here comes the 0-2 from McIntyre. Popped up, and a once more fall foul for still an 0-2 count. That's what I love about extra inning softball, just like the extra added benefit that there's a runner at second threatening to score, and the pressure is all on you to get this game. It's still top of the 8th. 1 runner on and 2 down for Grand Island Northwest in their offensive side as the 0-2 for McIntyre. Whoa, way too high. There's ball number 1 to Jolie O'Hara. 1-2 the count. Again, now if you're a fan of Grand Island Northwest, you're kind of shaking in your boots a little bit because next inning, the bulk of the batting order for North Platte is their best hitters. As I say that, the 1-2 from McIntyre. It's going to be outside. It's now 2-2 the count. McIntyre hoping O'Hara swung on that pitch that was a little outside. Also hoping that the umpire give him that outside count, which has been going either which way all game. As here comes the 2-2 to Jolie O'Hara. Foul tipped off, and that's going to be another 2-2 count we're going to be in here tonight. Can you believe we're getting extra innings softball here on a Monday, on a cool day? I'm telling you, the cool temperature just brings out the best in everybody. So it's now, again, 2-2 the count to O'Hara as she calls time. As here we go. O'Hara up to bat. The 2-2 from McIntyre on the way. Too high. It's ball 3. It's 3-1 the count now to Jolie O'Hara. 3-2, excuse me. The count to O'Hara. Top of the 8th inning. Currently 3-3 ball game. The pitch popped up sky high, and it's going to fall foul right next to Matt Williamson. Almost got up to where I was here in the press box. Got Matt Williamson from Grand Island Radio. He's down there in the elements. I'm here, well, still technically in the elements, but upstairs. It's now still, once again, we're going to still stay here. 3-2. McIntyre looking for the last out. Sets and fires! Drilled out to center field. Oh no, back goes Comer. Oh, and she makes a great glove out in center field. How about Jaylee Comer? Holy moly, she's having herself a top of the 8th inning. Not only does she get the pickoff at third on the tag up from Cairo Ray, she also robs a home run from Jolie O'Hara out in center field. You cannot make it up here. Jaylee Comer, unbelievable stuff from the center fielder. Flashing not only the speed and the glove. And with that, we're going to make our way to the bottom of the 8th inning here. North Platte still tied with Grand Island Northwest. And now the Bulldogs will have an opportunity to have a runner at second base. And you know what? I don't blame them. Who's going to be out there? It's going to be Jaylee Comer. Why not give her an opportunity to get out and make some plays on the on the base pad. And it's even better because Macy Freeze is up to bat. She's 2 for 3 today. She's been the best North Platte batter against Kylie Christensen, who's been lights out ever. No joke, lights out coming on to the mound following Libby Lohman's pretty disastrous first inning for the Vikings when she gave up 3 runs. Christensen has come on and has yet to allow a single run, but her kryptonite has been Macy Freeze. She's 2 for 3 today with an error and 2 singles. And with the way those singles have been getting into the outfield, they've been getting a little bit too far away from the infield, but still even further away from the outfielders. And with that, it could allow the speedy Jaylee Comer at second to come on home for North Platte and score. Unbelievable stuff we're seeing here. I mean, just go throw Jaylee Comer out there at second base. Do it for the great times. I am just in awe right now of what's going on. That defense from the Bulldogs was spectacular. So here we go. Macy Freeze up to bat. Jaylee Comer on over at second base for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Freeze is 2 for 3 today. She could be 3 for 3. It wasn't for an error on the side of Grand Island Northwest. As that first pitch from Christensen on the outside part of the plate finds the zone. It's 0-1 the count now to Freeze. Following Freeze, Skylar Bedlin and Sienna McIntyre. So at the very least, if Freeze gets out, Jaylee Comer should still be on the base pad as that's far outside. As Northwest trying to play a little bit of mind games to get Jaylee Comer to step off of second base, as the pitch got back to Kylie Christensen, but they acted like it got into center field for Comer to try and run away from second, but didn't even flinch out there at second. It's 1-2 the count now. 1-1 the count from Freeze to Comer, as Christensen will now fire away. She lays out a beautiful bunt as Macy Freeze, but it's going to be signaled foul. Man, she probably could have gotten to first with that as well, but now the count falls to 1-2. Again, I love the idea, with nobody out, try to bunt both runners on, but I really, really, really think you should let Macy Freeze go swinging. She's 2 for 3 today. She's been spectacular from the hitting standpoint for the Bulldogs against Christensen. Why not continue to let her try it? 1-2. Christensen fires. Way upstairs and outside. It's ball 2. 2-2 the count. Yeah, I just love the kind of trick play that Grand Island Northwest tried to play, but it didn't work. Still got me on that one. 2-2 the count to Macy Freeze. Christensen fires. That one skied up, drifting towards shallow center field, but probably won't be tagging up as Comer, as it's easily caught by Cameron Mings for out number 1. Oh, just a little bit further out in center. And that could have been a nice tag up from Comer, but there's one out here in this bottom of the 8th to bring up Skylar Bedlin. Again, the good news is Comer is still out at second base. So, even though there's one out here, you still have hope with that runner in scoring position at second. Bedlin today's 0 for 2, but this could be a clutch situation. She's been pretty clutch when it comes to hitting when they need something from Skylar Bedlin. Again, 0 for 2 today, hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance, grounded out in her second, and then flew out in her third as she fouls that off down the third base side for strike number 1. Following Bedlin, Sienna McIntyre, then Heaven Hutchinson for the Bulldogs. As Christensen will now fire her 0-1 pitch. Oh, that one's going to sneak in. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count now to Skylar Bedlin, again playing first after getting relieved from pitching duties for Sienna McIntyre. 0-2 now to Bedlin as Christensen sets and fires. Oh, way outside. Swinging goes Bedlin, and down she goes. There's out number 2. And with 2 down here in this bottom of the 8th, here comes Sienna McIntyre. The last hope for this inning for the Bulldogs. She singled, though, in her last plate appearance for North Platte. Flew out in her first. Struck out swinging in her second, but did single up the middle last time out. As Christensen fires to McIntyre. That's down low, ball number 1. It gets a little bit away from Zobel, but not far enough to move Jaylee Comer. 2 down. Comer on over at second base for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As Christensen, it's a long wait for the sign and now delivers the 1-0 pitch. Up high and away, there's ball 2. This is looking pretty good for McIntyre. At the moment, 2-0 the count. Hasn't swung on any bad pitches, and now it's going to force Christensen out to get back into the zone. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on. It's going to, get back to Christensen's glove and throw it over to first, and that's how the inning comes to an end. So close for North Platte. If that one just got past Christensen, that was game over, but it didn't. We're going to make our way now to the top of the 9th inning. Still at the moment, we are all tied up 3-3 when we come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volts, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Attention Toyota lovers. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle or need top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier Toyota today and experience the best selection, service, and prices around. You won't be disappointed. Toyota, let's go places.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the top of the 9th inning. Grand Island Northwest tied up here with North Platte High School 3-3. Runner at second base once again for the Vikings as Santa McIntyre's up on the mound versus Ava Smith to lead off this top of the 9th. Again, our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group. His new location, 629 South Dewey. Sweet B, oh no! Oh, good save from Sienna McIntyre as a great bunt, though, laid down by Ava Smith to move the runner on over to third base. Almost disaster for the Bulldogs as McIntyre almost couldn't hold on to it. Or excuse me, it was Elise Moreno. Couldn't hold on to that bunt and still got it over to first in time, though a runner in scoring position for the Vikings at first with 1 out here for Libby Lohman up to bat. Swing and a miss from Lohman for strike number 1. Following Lohman, Becca Dinkelman and Lily Martinez for the side of Grand Island Northwest. 0-1 the count. McIntyre sets and now fires in that 0-1 count to Lohman. Well, that's too low, ball number 1. It's 1-1 the count now. McIntyre up to 62 pitches, 46 strikes and 16 balls. Runner at third for the Vikings, threatening to score here in this top of the 9th inning. McIntyre sets and fires. Swing and a miss on a pitch way upstairs. That's now 1-2 the count to Libby Lohman. She's 1 for 3 today, singled in her first plate appearance, flew out in her second, then struck out swinging in her third. McIntyre looking for yet again another strikeout on the docket. As she gets back into the circle, the 1-2 pitch on the way. Oh no, popped up, driven to center field, gloved up by Comer, the tag, the throw home from Comer again. Oh, it just barely doesn't get there in time. And with that, 1 run does come across for Grand Island Northwest. It's now 4-3 in favor of the Vikings. Comer once again almost got that out. And with that out comes head coach Leah O'Donnell Greeno to talk with her staff, but oh, so close. Comer just a little bit to the outside on the throw home. Had the distance, but still, the Vikings now lead 4-3 here in this top of the 9th inning. with now up to bat being Becca Dinkelman. Dinkelman 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to her name. In this top of the 9th inning, Bulldogs still have a chance to score in the bottom of the 9th, because they'll be given the opportunity again with a runner at second. That's how they'll do it. Again, in extra innings here for softball, you'll get a free runner at second base, as McIntyre's pitch is down low and inside to Dinkelman for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now. As here comes the 1-0 from McIntyre. Dinkelman check swung. Oh, I'm going to say it's high, and she didn't fully go around. It's 2-0 the count now. Still a 4-3 ball game in favor of the Vikings in the top of the 9th. McIntyre delivers. That one's high, and it'll sneak its way in again. That outside part of the plate getting some work today. Getting some aggressive work today, and it's now 2-1 the count to Dinkelman, as here comes the pitch. That one chopped up, and it's going to find its way in for a base hit on the side of Becca Dinkelman on a little blooper out to left field that falls just in front of Gerard. 8th hit of the day for the Vikings, and courtesy runner coming in for Dinkelman appears to be for the side Kyra Jensen for the Vikings, as there's still 2 down here in this top of the 9th. And up to bat. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Hit the wrong button again. Up to bat, Lily Martinez for the Vikings as McIntyre fires. Once more too high. Ball number 1 is McIntyre's control the last 2, well, I'd say inning and a half has fallen away just a little bit, but still deadly as always with 2 down here. McIntyre delivers. That's going to be foul tip off the bat of Martinez. It's 1-1 the count now. 1 runner on. Being Jensen at first for the Vikings. They lead by 1, 4-3 in the top of the 9th inning. As McIntyre steps back into the circle, here comes that 1-1 count. That one fouled right back to the netting, so it's now 1-2 the count to 2-1 Lily Martinez, who's 0 for 3 today with 2 ground outs and a strikeout to her name. As McIntyre get the sign from Heaven Hutchinson. Big pitch here. The 1-2 from McIntyre. Oh, it's on the outside part. Oh, and that's the time you don't call it right there. And with that, it's 2-2 the count to Lily Martinez. As here comes the pitch for McIntyre. Popped up, sky high, and it's going to fall foul. And fall once again. Like, I'm not going to lie, this is the 3rd time today that ball has gotten close to us. This never happens, and one of these times it's going to come right to me. So we're still going to sit once more at 2-2. Runner at first being Kyra Jensen. Vikings lead by 1, 4-3 with Lily Martinez batting. 2 down, 2-2. McIntyre sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Down goes the side of Martinez. We're now going to make our way to the bottom of the 9th inning. Can North Platte make a comeback and score not 1 but 2 runs to end this game right here, or at least take us to the top of the 10th inning? You'll have to find out. We come back here to the Dowhauer Sporting Complex, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
With a whole lot of things being so expensive these days, you'll be surprised to know you can buy an RV for under $20,000. The Sunray Travel Trailers at Larry's RV in North Platte. Sunrays give you the opportunity to enjoy the outdoors while still enjoying some home comforts like AC, water, heater, refrigerator, and stovetops. Just some of the features you'll find in a Sunray. Plus, Sunrays are lightweight and most can even be pulled with a car. Stop in today and see the Sunray 129 and 149 models and the Sunray Light 16 HB at Larry's RV in North Platte. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte. And online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to the Dow Howard Sporting Complex. We are in the bottom of the ninth inning. North Platte looking to equalize this ball game as they trail by 1, 4-3 against Grand Island Northwest. Again, here in extra innings. Softball rules dictate that there is going to be a runner at second for every squad to see who will come out on top. Grand Island Northwest did score a run on their last at-bat, but the Bulldogs look to equalize right here with Heaven Hutchinson up to bat. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. So it looks like it was going to be Faith Bennett who was going to be that courtesy runner out at second base, and it's still going to be Faith Bennett. There was some heavy discussion between the umpires and Coach Greeno to see if something, well, it's tough to see from up here what the discussion was about. Maybe substitutions or Faith Bennett's already come on and stuff like that, but Faith Bennett will be at second for Heaven Hutchinson up to bat against Kylie Casperson, who has been absolutely lights out for the side of Grand Island Northwest in this ball game ever since subbing in for Libby Lohman at the bottom of the first inning. Hasn't given up a run. Of course, has given up hits. I believe she's given up 4 so far. I'm trying to remember how much Lohman gave up. But at 106 pitches, it's coming down to the wire here with Hutchinson now up to bat. Has Bennett on over at second. Here we go. First pitch into Hutchinson. She tries to lay the bunt down, and it's going to bounce in between the legs of Zobel for strike number 1. Again, trying to move Bennett to first so that it's only a few feet away for the next batter to knock home the runner. So once again, the infield playing for a bunt situation. It's 0-1 the count from Casperson now to Hutchinson. Lays down a very nice bunt. The throw over to first is going to be in time, but with that, Bennett is going to make her way on over to third. And now that brings up to bat Bella Gerard with an opportunity to tie this game up for North Platte High School. With Bennett on over at third, Gerard, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, would love to move Bennett. Infield still playing for a bunt. Gerard looking for a single to at least safely bring a run home. As the pitch, driven slowly on over to Libby Lohman at third. The throw over to first. Oh, it's going to almost be over the head. Oh, they're going to maybe send Faith Bennett home. And Bennett's going to get back to third. I mean, oh man, we were so close to 1 run getting across for North Platte. That throw from Lohman really high, but great save from Lincoln Dorsey to glove it. And now here comes the final batter for North Platte. It's Elise Moreno for the Bulldogs here with 2 down in this bottom of the 9th inning. Again, Faith Bennett on over at third. Moreno up to bat. Infield still playing for the bunt, specifically Lohman at third. Moreno 0 for 3, but looking for a single to keep this game alive. Casperson fires. That one's low and away. Ball number 1. 1-0 the count now to Moreno. As Casperson steps back into the circle, and now so does Moreno. 1-0 the count into the left fielder. Well, third baseman now. Oh, that one's high. Oh, it is still high. It's ball number 2. It's 2-0 the count now to Elise Moreno. As they're going to intentionally walk, it looks like, Moreno. Okay, interesting call. They're going to intentionally walk Moreno to now bring up to bat as long pause. We're going to try to bring a substitute player in. I believe so. As bringing up to bat here for North Platte after the intentional walk would have been Ella James, but it's Jaylee Comer made those miraculous saves in center field last time out for North Platte. Can she do it again here as that pitch is outside? Ball number 1 to Comer. She made 2 great game-saving plays in the top of the 8th inning. Can she bring a run home for North Platte and tie the game up? Here comes the pitch from Casperson. Great, oh, would have been a great bunt laid down by Jaylee Comer, but it just sneaks out foul. Once again, another great bunt that just spiraled a little too far out of bounds, or foul, correction. And with that, it's still 1-1 the count, 2 down here. Runners at the corners for North Platte. Bennett at third, Moreno at first. Casperson's 1-1. Down low and outside. With that, it's 2-1 now. Absolutely intense how this game's shaping out to be right now. As it's 4-3 in favor of the Vikings. A 2-1. Way upstairs, it's now 3-1 the count to Comer. Tiffany Townsend on deck for North Platte High School with a lot of speed on the base pad if this inning continues for the Bulldogs. It is now 3-1 to Jaylee Comer from Casperson. Pulls back. It's going to be high, ball 4. Comer's now going to load the bases. My heart cannot take it anymore. As now the bases are loaded for Tiffany Townsend. You know, how about a day for Tiffany Townsend? She comes in, unfortunately, for Brooklyn Dybert, who injures her wrist sliding into third base. Collects a hit on her first plate appearance. And now, with the bases loaded and a chance to win this game with the runner at second, she is up to bat. As Casperson will fire it into Townsend. Well, that one right there, strike number 1. Townsend might have wanted to swing on that, and Coach Greeno might agree, but going to give her all the confidence. 0-1 the count now to Tiffany Townsend with the bases loaded and the game on the line. The Bulldogs trailing by 1, 4-3 in the bottom of the 9th. As time's called for Tiffany Townsend, just take a breath, step out, and relax. This is the biggest moment the freshman has had all year, and it couldn't have come at a much crazier, hectic time. With the bases loaded, here comes the 0-1. Oh my good heavens, that outside part of the zone yet again hits it. It's now 0-2 to Tiffany Townsend. It's tough to complain when it's been called either which way all game, but still, a ball is a ball. It's 0-2. That one slowly grounded slightly on over the throw to first is in time. And in bottom of the 9 innings, Grand Island Northwest pick up the victory over North Platte High School, ending the 2-game winning streak for the Bulldogs, and that is how this game will come to an end. Oh, so close for North Platte High School. Had many opportunities and many chances, just unfortunately in the end couldn't come up with the victory, as it was a great game from Kylie Casperson to come in and absolutely shut the offense down for North Platte High School after a tough first inning from Libby Lohman. I think that, no joke, saved the game for the Vikings, because if they let Lohman continue on, the Bulldogs are just going to keep piling the runs in, but they made the switch early, and in the end, they'll pick up the victory here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tough way to lose, but yet again, another strong showing from this Bulldog squad, which all season has slowly but steadily been getting better and better, and they're starting to peak as the season's getting close to an end at the perfect time as we're getting closer to district and state play. But that'll do it here. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, we're going to jump right on in. That's right, right on in to our Quick Stop post-game show right here on FM 98.1 and 1410, a video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica House Blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz Coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has Gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
Get the results you need with Red Willow Chemical. Whether you're looking for generic or name brand chemicals and fertilizer, they got you covered. And with their bulk options and delivery and aerial application services, you can save time and get the job done right. Their experienced staff is here to help you tailor a plan that fits your specific needs so you can trust them to deliver. Don't wait. Visit Red Willow Chemical today and see the difference quality products and personalized service can make. Contact them now.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great school year. Fall can mean weather changes and canceled practices. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Watch Facebook for CYS League information to get your 3rd through 6th grader registered for football, volleyball, basketball, and wrestling for the 2023-2024 season. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information.
Hey, at Premier Toyota, you'll find a friendly and easy-to-work with staff that'll help you find the perfect car. And whether you're looking for something new or pre-owned, Premier Toyota's got a wide selection of vehicles to choose from.
Plus, Premier Toyota has Toyota-trained technicians, so you know you're always getting the very best in service and repairs. Schedule your service and factory-scheduled maintenance today and keep your car running strong.
Stop by today and see why Premier Toyota is the #1 choice for car buyers. Let's go places.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Well, it was a hard-fought game between North Platte High School and Grand Island Northwest, but unfortunately, the Vikings pick up the 4-3 victory after a top of the ninth. That was a single? No, it was a top of the ninth. Unfortunate sacrifice fly that allowed the runner at third to score. With that, I can't believe I forgot about that. Wow. Let's tell you how much this game was. But unfortunately with that, Bulldogs fall 4-3 and now fall back below 500 for the first time in, maybe 4 days, as they were tied. They were 8-8 here after beating Lincoln Southeast in the senior night. And then unfortunately here in this single game against the Vikings, they fall in this one 4-3. Man, it was so close. I mean, started off with a bang as the Bulldogs, even though they gave up 2 runs in that top of the first inning, bounced back for 3 runs that really ended the day for Libby Lohman right then and there. Libby Lohman got the start for the side of the Vikings, and immediately after giving up those 3 runs, boom, she was subbed on out, and Kylie Casperson came in, and she just shut the Bulldogs down from that point on. Really, the only run coming in the top of the third for the side of Grand Island Northwest and the Vikings, and it wasn't until the top of the 9th inning where, again, that sacrifice fly to center field got the run to come tag up from third and come home and pick up the victory. I mean, it was almost close. Is that head coach Ricky Holmes down there? I don't know. My eyesight's pretty bad. Sorry about that. But it was just, so close for the side of North Platte High School picking up that victory. But unfortunately, they couldn't do so. They had the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th with 2 down, but unfortunately couldn't bring that last run home, and with that fall 4-3. Well, our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the game goes to Jaylee Comer. I mean, making some big plays out in center field in that top of the 8th inning, at least allowing this game to go on for another inning, as she not only made it a beautiful throw from center to third base to pick off the tagged up runner, but at the same time snagged a would-be home run out of the air to save that game. And with that, she is our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the game when money matters. Talk to Marshall Doney, Mark Tillman, and Jacob White, financial advisors with CIO Wealth Strategies, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC in North Platte, Nebraska. Talk to them about all your professional financial service needs. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Our final box score is a 4-3 victory for Grand Island Northwest. The box score is sponsored by Eeks Office for copies, janitorial supplies, furniture, and more. Think Eeks. Visit Eeks.com. I will see you all on Thursday when North Platte Community College Knights volleyball returns back to McDonald Belton Gymnasium with the Knights taking on Central Community College in Region 9 play. I'll see you all on Thursday here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live streaming sponsored by Allo Communications, NorthPlattePost.com.